This review is for either new consultants or consultants that just want a refresher on the different tools that we have available at Mountain Association. So what I'm going to go over is our consultant toolkit that we offer through business support services. And these are tools that you can use with your clients as needed. Some we want you to use for every project, and some are just there in case the situation comes up where it feels appropriate. But I will review 4 different resources that are at your disposal, and including this one that we're starting with right here called Initiate. You're probably already familiar with several of these tools. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, my name is Jimmy, and I work here at Mountain Association in our business support program. So first off, Initiate is a client learning tool. It's an interactive tool where you, as the consultant, essentially you are what Initiate would call the advisor. And you can come in here and look at different resources and modules that may be helpful for your client. So if you're working on a marketing project, you may look at marketing resources, articles, videos, templates, that kind of stuff that may be useful for your client. Same if you're doing business coaching, you're helping somebody get started. They have tools for that as well. You will also see some things like preparing for a loan request, which is really good for Mountain Association since we do have a lending program and a lot of our clients cross over between programs. Let's go back over to this home screen just so I can share about that. So this home screen shows your learner activity. So you are going to be assigning resources to your learners, and so you can check up on them here. You can see different for you. You can see what you've viewed, and this is what your learner would see, the progress that they've made, the action items they've been assigned, along with down here to the right, you see some active learners there where you can manage them or invite new learners. You'll also see these action plans that I've created. Those are my doing. You can also create your own action plans, which is basically multiple resources, multiple of these individual items strung together into one cohesive plan. So you can create those yourself. That way, instead of assigning individual resources to clients, you can assign them this whole action plan. That works really well as a template, especially if you do a lot of similar projects. At the bottom here, bottom right, I do want to share about organizational content. A lot of this stuff you'll be able to learn about on the Initiate website, their help site. So I'll show you that too. I won't go into detail on every bit of this, but they're not going to have anything on this organizational content because that is specific to Mountain Association. So let me click on that so you can see what's available there. These are things that we've gone ahead and uploaded to the site. So a lot of this is nonprofit specific in this Mountain Association section. Everything else on the site is very for-profit focused. And so since we also serve nonprofits, we wanted to put those resources in here also. We will periodically add new things here. So we may add some disaster resources that we don't see on the site. We'll add some videos. For example, we have client videos that we've put up right now. These are professionally produced videos with local clients talking about their own businesses and their business journeys. So you can hear from folks who have put together a business plan or hear from somebody talking about how to make sense of key business, especially accounting terms. That's this example here. From somebody who's actually in Eastern Kentucky who actually owns a business. And I think that's super helpful and relevant for our clients. So we would ask you to take a look at these as a consultant and make sure that you are incorporating Initiate into your projects. You can assign one thing right out front. You can have a learning plan, like I said. It may be custom depending on what your actual project looks like with your client, but having you engage with them on this site really helps them be able to get familiar with it, and that way they can go on their own after that and find the resources they need. So if I was going to assign this to someone, I would click New Action Item, and I would assign to my client here. Real quick, you might be asking, where are the clients? How do I get the clients in? And so we do invite the clients in when they apply. We invite them to initiate, but you also, we recommend that you invite them yourself so that they get nested under your account. That you can either do with this Manage Users function up here, or I mentioned this Invite Learner button down here. And that'll let you invite them, send a custom message, and get them associated with you as their advisor. All right, one quick other thing, there is a Spanish language version of this site. So all of these resources are translated into Spanish, and they are done by an actual human, not just by this being translated, like say by your browser into Spanish. You know, when that happens, it's never quite reliable. This is a really good translation of almost all of the articles that are on this site. The one main thing that you'll see is currently missing, but we are looking to do in the future, is these Mountain Association resources, those custom resources we've uploaded. Those are all in English currently. So if you have Spanish-speaking clients, that is something to remember, and that could be really useful for you. All right, real quick, there is this Initiate Knowledge Hub, and when you're onboarded, I will send a link for this, or your point person at Mountain Association will send a link for this. And this will help you with other training videos if you want to go deeper, frequently asked questions, customer support. We encourage you to make full use of this. Next up, we have something called LivePlan. So we're going to totally switch gears from Initiate now. And as I mentioned, we want all our consultants to use Initiate. We want it to be something that all clients are familiar with. LivePlan is a little bit more of a niche product. We have a limited number of licenses, and we use this for very specific instances. So LivePlan is an AI-powered tool that does financial projections and business planning. And so you and your client can get in here together. You can share access to an account, and you can work out a business plan as it guides you along the way. And it is a really cool tool. It does a lot of work and a lot of stuff behind the scenes. For example, when I tested it out, I plugged in the answers to several of these questions, and it's able to then spit out a fully formed business plan based on the information you've provided for it. This is a really good opportunity for folks who may not be comfortable with writing, or may just want some help to make it look more polished. It does a really good job of that. Of course, you or the client will want to go back through all of that and make sure it's actually saying what you want it to say. Also, with the finance side of it, it does integrate with QuickBooks or Xero, and so that's where it gets those financial projections. It can read their past history, and it can create alternative scenarios for the future if you want to help them plan out some different scenarios for paths they could take with their finances in the future. So if you want to use this tool, just let us know. We'll get you logged in and the client logged in, and get you started on that path. There's also a lot of resources to help you with this as well. And I guess last thing I'd mention, it does have this pitch deck. So if it is somebody that is applying for a loan, going for a loan, that can be a really helpful tool also to put all of your work that you've put in the end into a pitch deck for you. All right. Last but not least, well, actually we do have two more, but last of the online resources, YNAB. You might be familiar with this budgeting tool. We actually have free licenses as a nonprofit through YNAB for Good, so we're very grateful to them for getting us on board there. This is a cool budgeting tool that you can use, especially for startups or if you're working with somebody who just needs some budgeting tools, budgeting advice that is low cost and introductory, this is a great place to get started. It can be used for personal finances or for business. And just like LivePlan, you can have multiple users on one account, so consultant and client can both collaborate on an account. And there's lots of information on this site. Also, if you want to get started with that, just let us know, and we will share a license with you. All right, the actual final resource that we have is called Redbud Financial Alternatives. This is a partner organization in Eastern Kentucky, and they do credit counseling and debt consolidation. And so if you are working with a client who you think could use those services for their personal finances, and even as it relates to their business, because a lot of that gets intertwined, as we know, with startups, then we're happy to provide a referral or for you to reach out to Redbud. I do have some contact information for folks over there, and they will prioritize working with our clients. So if you think that one of those services could be of interest to your client, definitely let us know. You all are working one-on-one with them in a way that those of us that are at Mountain Association aren't necessarily doing, because we're just connecting them with you and allowing you to develop that relationship with the client. So they do serve all of Eastern Kentucky. They have some specific offerings for different counties. But if this is something that could be a good fit, just let us know, and we will work with you and the client to move forward. All right, that is your quick summary of your consultant toolkit. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to any of us here at Mountain Association, and we'll be happy to either answer or point you in the right direction. Thanks so much for all you do for our clients, and we look forward to working with you.